Advocate Dali Mpofu, the legal representative for the suspended Public Protector Busisiwe Mkhwebane, has argued that a skewed and unbalanced view is being created of her. This as the reinstated head of the Free State branch of the Public Protector's Office, Sphelo Samuel, is appearing before Parliament's Section 194 committee for the second day. The committee is investigating Mkhwebane's fitness to hold office. Among others, Samuel yesterday told the committee that Mkhwebane refused to issue a subpoena to politicians who are not cooperating in the Frieda Bederi investigation. However, Mpofu argued that Samuel concentrated only on negatives of Mkhwebane's tenure. All right, let's cross to our SABC News parliamentary reporter Lulama Matya, who is been following the story. Good afternoon, Lulama. Very interesting developments coming out of there, particularly what Dali Mpofu is saying, that a negative perception is being created of her. What more has he said, rather?
Good afternoon, Diabo and the viewers. Well, basically, Advocate Dali Mpofu is arguing that the rules that the National Assembly adopted for the removal of the head of a Chapter 9 institution were adopted in 2019, 2018. That was before the cases that they are looking at, that suspended Public Protector Busisiwe Mkhwebane were taken for review and she lost them. So Advocate Mpofu is arguing that those rules are being applied retrospectively and that in law is not allowed. And she's saying that the witness that was testifying on behalf of the office about the Frieda Dairy Farm project, for example, is painting a bad picture of Mkhwebane. The witness is focusing only on cases that Mkhwebane has lost. He is not focusing on cases that she has won. Hence the argument that the committee is skewed against Mkhwebane. What also came out, Diabo, is that, if I can remind viewers, yesterday, Mr. Samuel, who is the witness on the stand, testified that Mkhwebane refused to subpoena politicians when he was investigating the Frieda Dairy Farm project. One of those politicians is former MEC for Agriculture in Free State, Mosebenzi Zwane, and the former Premier Ace Makashule. Now it has emerged, Diabo, during the proceedings that Mosebenzi Zwane attended a birthday party of Mkhwebane. According to Mr. Samuel, who is the witness on the stand, he's saying that he found that very odd, that a person who was being investigated by the Public Protector attended her birthday party. But Advocate Dali Mpofu is arguing that through, actually is saying that Mkhwebane is saying Mosebenzi Zwane was never invited by her to her birthday party. It could be that he went there at the invitation. He was accompanying someone to that birthday party. So those are the developments at Diabo that are emerging here today. Advocate Dali Mpofu trying to show that the impeachment proceedings against Mkhwebane have no substance because, according to them, Mkhwebane did everything according to order. Even the Frieda Dairy Farm projects, there are allegations that Mr. Samuel is making that it was being swept under the carpet. But Advocate Mpofu is indicating that it can never be that it was swept under the carpet when the previous Public Protector, Advocate Lulama Matya, took longer than Mkhwebane to investigate the matter. Diabo.
Lulama, do we know if there will be more witnesses that will be coming forward with regards to this case, this parliamentary hearing? Do we know that is Mr. Samuel the only person that will be testifying? And also, what kind of relationship would you say was painted of them during in office together of Mr. Samuel and the Public Protector, Ms. Mkhwebane? Was it a cordial relationship? Was anything talked about their previous relationship and how it was?
Let me start there, Diabo, on the relationship. Mr. Samuel, he was working at that office. He was fired by Mkhwebane. He took his case to the CCMA. He won, and he was reinstated with a back pay of 1.5 million rand. When Advocate Mpofu asked him about his relationship with Mkhwebane, he was frank, Diabo, to say he was very critical of Mkhwebane, and Advocate Dali Mpofu left it there. If we're talking about witnesses that are going to come, the committee is expecting to call a number of witnesses. Some we don't know now. We get to know on a daily basis. But what I can say, Diabo, about today is that when Advocate Dali Mpofu is finished cross-examining Mr. Samuel, members of the committee will get an opportunity to ask their questions or ask clarity-seeking questions, and then there will be a round of the proceedings around Mr. Samuel. Well, we don't know whether that will happen today or it will continue until tomorrow. And then, but when he's done with his evidence and everything around him is done, the committee will call other witnesses. We know, Diabo, that Advocate Mpofu on his side, he also indicated that one of the witnesses he wants to call to come and testify is President Cyril Ramaphosa. But the president has declined that invitation. We don't know now what he is going to do, because he earlier indicated that if the president refuses to come and testify voluntarily, he will subpoena him. So there are a number of witnesses that are lined up, but we get to know a day before they appear before the committee who is being called. Diabo.
Our parliamentary reporter Lulama Matya giving us an update there on this impeachment hearing against the Advocate Mkhwebane.